Kellogg's.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 1, 2, 3, and 4 seasons of the Shakespeare's competition, welcome to season 5 of the Shakespeare's competition. For we here at the Shakespeare's were concerned about the total development and all-round learning of students as we ask them questions in mathematics, English, language, science, social studies, general knowledge, and anything relevant. My name is Noble Crosby, and welcome aboard to season 5 of the competition. Today, the competing schools. To my left, Abor, EP, JHS, and to my right is Bambiland, Montessori. We will go to the contestants for some quick introductions, as well as the expectations ahead of the competition. We'll start with the school. To my right, Bambiland, Montessori.
My name is Pierre Kuban, and we'll be expecting to win this quiz by God's grace.
Right, good to know.
My name is Paolo Kuban, and I know for sure that we will win this quiz.
Some certainty there. He knows for sure, so you're winning the competition.
My name is Foley Bennett, and we're expecting nothing but the best.
You're expecting nothing but the best. Lastly,
I'm Achia for Elon Mami, and we are expecting the best.
Achia is also expecting the best of the competition. Let's go to Abor, EP, JHS for their introduction too.
My name is Ayado Vincent, and you are going to win this quiz.
My name is Maxwell Amuzu, and I'm sure we are going to win this contest.
My name is Matthew Bitrus. By the grace of God, we will conquer the battle.
My name is Gosu Senyo Kevin. By the grace of God, we are going to win.
They all want to win, but I'm sure we know that there's only going to be one winner. We're seeing some concurrence by the grace of God, the same. We quickly go into the competition. We'll start with round 1 and go through the rules and regulations governing round 1 of the Shakespeare Season 5 edition. So in this round, the schools have 2 minutes to answer 8 questions on social literacy. Correct answer attracts 10 points. Good news is there are no deductions in round 1. Therefore, the school has the opportunity to amass as many points as they can in round 1.
Round 1 of the Sharks Quiz is brought to you by Kellogg's.
Quickly start the round with Bambiland Montessori. We'll quickly ask you the questions governing round 1. If you're ready, let me know so we roll. Are you ready?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bambiland Montessori is ready. Let's give them a round of applause as we begin the competition. The timer starts after I have read the first question. Remember, you have 2 minutes to answer 8 questions. If you cannot answer, you pass. And if by the end of the 2 minutes, before the end of the 2 minutes, we have time, we ask you the questions again for your responses. Is that okay? Bambiland Montessori, your first question. Who became the first foreign minister of Ghana? A. Kwame Nkrumah, B. Akweje, C. Gordon Ginsberg, D. D.K.A. Buzia.
Pass.
Pass. Who became the first player to capture the Black Star in the African Cup of Nations? A is Stephen Appiah, B. Agrifin, C. Abedi Pele, D is Asamoah Gyan.
Abedi Pele.
Wrong. Number 3. When was the first population census conducted in the Gold Coast, now Ghana? A. 2010, B. 1960, C. 1890, D. 1956.
2010.
Unfortunately, you're wrong. Number 4. Who was the first king of ancient Egypt? A. Khufu, B. Nama Mene, C. Kheops, D is Gamal Abdul Nasser.
Pass.
Pass. 5. Which of these people never conquered ancient Egypt? A is Hyksos, B. English, C. Nabkans, D. Libyans.
Pass.
Pass. 6. Between which of these two countries is the Dead Sea located? A. Jordan and Israel, B. Jordan and Sudan, C. Turkey and the UAE, D. UAE and Egypt.
Jordan and Israel.
Jordan and Israel is correct. Number 7. In which ocean can we find the Bermuda Triangle?
Pass.
A is Atlantic Ocean, B. Indian Ocean, C. the Pacific Ocean, D. the Arctic Ocean.
Pass.
Pass. Which country is referred to as the playground of Europe? A. Australia, B. Switzerland, C. Holland, D. Italy.
Pass.
Pass. We're going back to the questions. Who became the first player to capture the Black Star in the Africa Cup of Nations? Stephen Appiah Agrifin Abedi Pele Asamoah Jan.
Stephen Appiah.
That's wrong. Who was the first king of ancient Egypt? A. Khufu, B. Nama, C. Cheops, D. Gamal Abdul Nasser. Unfortunately, Bambiland Montessori, your time is up. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause to the contestants. Let's go to Abor EP JHS. Abor EP JHS, the same rules apply to you. I'm sure you understand the rules of engagement of the competition in round one. If you're ready, please let me know so we kickstart.
You are ready.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Abor EP JHS, in your first question, the timer begins after I've read the question. Your first question, at what age did Dr. Kwame Nkrumah become the first president of Ghana? A is 51 years old, B 60, C 83 years old, D 47 years old.
47 years old.
You're wrong. Number two, which British governor signed the bond of 1844? A. Gordon Gudgersberg, B. Commander Hill, C. Alan Barnes, D. General Greasy.
Commander Hill.
That's right. Number three, how many chiefs originally signed the bond of 1844? A is 16, B 21, C 11, D is 14.
16.
16, you're wrong. Number four, which is the first kingdom in the ancient world to establish a centralized monarchical government system? A is ancient Egypt, B ancient Ethiopia, C ancient Ghana, D ancient Sudan.
Pass.
Pass. In ancient Egypt, who was vizier? A is the prime minister, B governor, C the king, D the Nile.
The king.
The king, you're wrong. Number six, which of these is the smallest ocean in the world? A, the Arctic Ocean, B, Indian Ocean, C, Pacific Ocean, D, the Atlantic Ocean.
Pacific Ocean.
Pacific Ocean, you're wrong. Number seven, when was the Statue of Liberty presented to the USA? A, 1886, B, 1896, C, 1844, D, 1914.
1914.
1914, you are wrong. Unfortunately, your last question in this round. Which country gifted the Statue of Liberty to the USA? A is France, B is Canada, C is Brazil, D is England.
Brazil.
Brazil, you are wrong, unfortunately. We'll quickly go to the questions that you pass. At what age did Dr. Kwame Nkrumah become the first president of Ghana? A, 51 years, B, 60, C, 83, and D, 47.
51 years.
51 years, that is right. I was asking the question when the bell rang, so I'm sure that passes. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of round one. A round of applause to our contestants. At the end of round one, Abor EP JHS School had 20 points. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for them. Bambiland accrued 10 points at the end of the competition. Ladies and gentlemen, who can do better? You can do better. You can do better. Welcome to round two of season 5 of the Sharks Quiz competition, the first episode. In round two, these are the rules and regulations governing the round. Questions will bother on writing, reading, and arithmetic. Each school is posed a question for a maximum of 10 points. A wrong answer attracts a penalty of 5 points. If a school gets an answer wrong and decides not to attempt the question, it will be passed on immediately as a bonus to the competing school for a maximum of 5 points for a correct answer, or 5 points deduction for a wrong answer. So you need to be very tactical about this round. Are you ready, contestants?
Yes.
We'll start with the school to my left, Abor EP JHS. Your first question in round two. Please select the antonym of the word highlighted in the sentence that I will read to you. The first sentence: since Kate refuses to answer my questions, I can only speculate to what her true motives are. The underlined word is speculate. Find the antonym. A, guess, B, conjecture, C, theorize, D, dismiss.
Dismiss.
Dismiss, you're right. The next question to Bambiland Montessori. It is essential to get a job If you want to be able to buy a car, essential has been highlighted. The antonym: A, necessary; B, unimportant; C, needed; D, important.
Unimportant.
Unimportant is correct. To Abor EPJHS's primary incentive for joining the cooking class was to meet girls. Incentive has been highlighted. The opposite. The antonym is: A, deterrent; B, reason; C, stimulus; D, inspiration.
Inspiration.
Inspiration, unfortunately, is wrong. Bonus to Bambiland Montessori.
Pass.
Pass, right. The answer to that question is deterrent. To question 4 in round 2, to Bambiland Montessori, there was little to no evidence that Abena committed the crime. Evidence has been highlighted. The antonym: A, data; B, proof; C, disprove; D, product.
Disprove.
Disprove is correct. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause. Now you choose the odd one out in these words, beginning with Abor EPJHS. Momentum, tardiness, energy, power. Pass. Does that go as a bonus to Bambiland Montessori?
Pass. Pass.
Right. The answer to the question is tardiness. Number 6. Choose the odd one out. A, corrupt; B, moral; C, ethical; D, proper. Bambiland Montessori.
Corrupt.
Corrupt, that's right. To Abor EPJHS, A, native; B, endemic; C, exotic; D, innate.
Exotic.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's right. To Bambiland Montessori, A, exception; B, measures; C, averages; D, norms.
Exception.
Exception is right. Abor EPJHS, please answer this question. 70% of a number is 162. What is 175% of that number? To Bambiland Montessori as a bonus? Pass. The correct answer is 405. The next question to Bambiland Montessori: what is the sum of all positive integers less than 24 that are divisible by either 2 or 3 but not both? I read the question again. What is the sum of all positive integers less than 24 that are divisible by either 2 or 3 but not both? A bonus to Abor EPJHS.
Pass.
Pass. The answer to that question is 144. The next question to Abor EPJHS. Find the product of the GCD and the LCM of 35 and 25. A bonus to Bambiland Montessori.
Pass.
The correct answer to that question is 875. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause to motivate the contestants. The next question goes to Bambiland Montessori. We ask you this question. 3 distinct positive integers have a sum of 33. What is the maximum possible product of those numbers? 3 distinct positive integers have a sum of 33. What is the maximum possible product of those numbers?
Pass.
A bonus to Abor EPJHS.
Pass.
Pass.
The answer to that question is 1,320. 1320. Next question to Abor EPJHS. If the volume of a sphere is numerically equal to 4 times the surface area of the sphere, what is the radius of the sphere? If the volume of a sphere is numerically equal to 4 times the surface of the sphere. What is the radius of the sphere? A bonus to Bambiland Montessori.
Pass.
The correct answer to the question is 12. Next question to Bambiland Montessori. 3 fair 6-sided dice are rolled. What is the probability that the product of the 3 rolls is odd? Express your answer as a common fraction. 3 fair 6-sided dice are rolled. What is the probability that the product of the 3 rolls is odd? Express your answer as a common fraction.
1/3.
1/3, unfortunately, is wrong. A bonus to Abor EP JHS.
Pass.
Pass. The correct answer to that question is 1/8. 1/8. Abor EP JHS, your main question. The dot product of A, B, and CD is defined as AC plus BD. The dot product of 5A, 6B, and 6C, 5D is how many times the dot product of 2A, 3B, and 3C, 2D? A bonus to Bambiland Montessori.
Pass.
The correct answer to that question is 5. Ladies and gentlemen, the last question in round 2 to Bambiland Montessori as your main question. How many 9-digit palindromes are there? How many 9-digit palindromes are there?
Pass.
A bonus to Abor EP JHS.
Pass.
The correct answer to that question is 90,000, and that's it at the end of round 2. That was for the end of round 2. Now a new round of applause to our contestants for coming this far. I'm sure the other computer schools who may not be participating in today's edition have a fair idea of how things are going. You need to really prepare for the competition. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round 2, here are the scores. Abor EP JHS accrued 15 points. A round of applause. And Bambiland Montessori had 35 points. There are still some more rounds to go for Bambiland Montessori to, consolidate your lead, and for Abor EP JHS to catch up. It is not too late.
When you wake up in the morning, before you start your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time. For work and for play, for a great start to your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
We always start our day with a nourishing Kellogg's breakfast, powered with the goodness of grains and 11 essential vitamins and minerals. So in our family, breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Whenever Princess starts, the neighbors do complain that her voice and the beats are too loud. Who is scared of the voices of tomorrow's superstars?
You special in your way.
It's me, like no other.
No one else can do it like you.
It's me.
Must be a neighbor.
You special in your way.
It's me, like no other.
No one else can do it like you.
It's me, like no other.
Here's to all amazing moms who identify and nurture the uniqueness in our kids.
Indomie instant noodles tastes great. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
are making a mark in Africa, building leaders and entrepreneurs who would push boundaries to rewrite the African story. Through ethical leadership, innovation, this is Africa. Welcome to the future. Welcome to Academic City. The first 250 new students who register with Academic City this year enjoy up to 50% discount on tuition fee. Visit www.act.edu.gh/admissions to apply now. You are the future. Choose ACT. Make your mark.
So Bambiland Montessori has made a quick substitution. Let's find out who is replacing Bernice. A quick introduction, please.
Please, my name is Oswald Bado.
Oswald Bado, and what are your expectations for the competition?
I expect only the best.
He expects only the best. A round of applause for Oswald Bado as he joins Bambiland Montessori. Let's find out the rules of engagement in round 3. In round 3, we call it the STEM round, where questions are posed to both schools. The schools can buzz at any time while the question is being read for a maximum of 10 points for correct answers and a deduction or 5 points for a wrong answer. Questions will be read fully and immediately passed to another school for a chance at a bonus worth 10 points for a right answer and also a deduction of 5 points for a wrong answer. Again, the schools need to be very tactical about this. In as much as they're being tactical, they must endeavor to accrue as many points as they can. We'll start round 3. So you buzz to indicate your preparedness to respond. Let's test your buzzers with Abor EPJHS. Let's find out how your buzzer sounds. That's right, that's the buzzer for Abor EPJHS and Bambiland Montessori. Ladies and gentlemen, the contestants are poised for round 3. A round of applause for them. Round 3 begins. An ectopic pregnancy literally means A, pregnancy that follows artificial insemination. B, pregnancy in which the embryo or fetus develops in an abdominal place, such as either of the fallopian tubes. C, pregnancy that leads to identical twins. Bambiland Montessori.
B.
That is right. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Preamble. These structures can be visualized using a karyotype. For 10 points each, name these structures made of DNA and proteins, of which human cells are 46 of them. Bambiland.
Chromosomes.
Chromosome, that is right. This term refers to the 22 pairs of chromosomes that are not sex chromosomes. The correct answer to that question is autosomes. Autosomes, ladies and gentlemen. And they're being tactical about it. They don't want to be deducted any more points. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, to the contestants. The next question. Patau syndrome and Down syndrome are caused by this genetic condition in which an individual has 3 copies of a particular chromosome. The correct answer to that question is trisomy. The next question. Listen to the question carefully. An electrolyte dissociates into 3 chemical species in a solution, which can be collected at the anode and cathode. Carbonate is a polyatomic example of these particles. Plasma consists of 3 particles at high temperatures. Electrons are removed or added to a neutral atom or molecule to create, for 10 points, what kind of charged particle? The correct answer to that question is ions. Ions. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause. Ions. Ions. The next question. Contestants, are you ready? The next question. Prisons are examples of these molecules that have been misfolded into the wrong 3D shape. actin, and myosin are muscle-based examples of these molecules, which are formed from long chains of amino acids. In nutrition, these molecules provide 4 calories per gram, the same as carbohydrates and less than fats. For 10 points, name this type of molecule provided in foods like nuts, dairy, and meat. Bambiland, Montessori.
Proteins.
Proteins, correct. The answer is proteins. This element's 4 valence electrons allow it to form 4 bonds with other elements. This element's allotropes include diamond, graphite, and stable nanotubes. An isotope of this element with an atomic mass of 14 is used in archaeology for radiometric dating. For 10 points, name this element, the focus of organic chemistry, with atomic number 6, and atomic symbol C. Bambiland, Montessori.
Carbon.
Carbon is correct. Ladies and gentlemen, for 10 points, name this generally unreactive group of elements, including xenon, neon, and helium. Bambiland.
Noble gases.
Noble gases is correct. Name these devices that focus light through refraction and are often contrasted with mirrors. Name these devices that focus light through refraction and are often contrasted with mirrors. And we've all been bailed out. The correct answer to this question, lenses. Lenses. Devices that focus light through refraction and are often contrasted with mirrors. The answer is lenses. The last question in round 3, ladies and gentlemen, is this. Rocket scientists calculate the force needed for this quantity to rise high enough to escape a planet's gravitational pull. Objects in free fall accelerate until they reach the terminal type of this quantity. This quantity can change with either a change in direction or with acceleration or deceleration, because it is a vector quantity, not a scalar. For 10 points, name this physical quantity that describes the speed in direction. Bambiland, the answer is?
Velocity.
Velocity is right, ladies and gentlemen. At the end of round 3, here are the scores. Abor JHS, unfortunately, had 0 points. Bambiland Montessori, ladies and gentlemen, got 60 points at the end of round 3.
The Sharks Quiz Round 4 is brought to you by Indomie.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the last and final round of the Sharks competition, Season 5, the first edition. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Round 4, we call it the one-on-one round. We're asking you questions in math, science, English, general knowledge in the one-on-one round. Students are paired on 4 areas, 2 questions asked per subject for a maximum of 10 points for a right answer, but there are no deductions in round 4. We'll quickly call out competing schools and the students who are representing the various schools. We start with Abor JHS, the student representing or standing for the English session of the competition of round 4. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause, please. And for Bambiland Montessori, we'll call on their competitor for the English session, Achiavo, joining us on stage. In the meantime, let's make this clarification. In round 1, a question was asked to Abor JHS, and the first answer the school gave was incorrect, meaning it was wrong. But during, we came back to ask that same question when their time had not elapsed. They got the second answer correct, but the first wrong answer stands. We're being very charitable here and very fair here, I'm sure. That settles the dispute we are observing. The first answer, which was wrong, stands, ladies and gentlemen. Quickly, round 2, round 4, as we've been joined by Beatrice for Abor EP JHS and Achiavo for Bambiland Montessori. Contestants, these are your questions in the English session. Choose the odd one out. A, reduction, B, exhaustion, C, augmentation, and D, depletion. Abor EP JHS?
C.
C, augmentation, that is right. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. The next question is this. Spell this word, xanthosis. For Bambiland Montessori.
Xanthosis. Z-A-N-D-O-S-I-S.
Unfortunately, that is wrong. Let's go to Abor EP JHS for a bonus. Spell the word xanthosis.
Xanthosis. Z-A-N-T-H-O-S-I-S.
Unfortunately, that is also wrong. The right spelling is X-A-N-T-H-O-S-I-S. That's it for the English segment of round 4. A round of applause to our contestants. Contestants, thank you. The contestants competing in the mathematics segment for round 4 have joined us on stage. We have for Abor EP JHS, Vincent Ahiedu, representing his school, and Ekuban also representing Bambiland Montessori. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the two gentlemen as they battle it out on mathematics. Contestants, I'm asking you 2 questions. You buzz to indicate your preparedness to answer. Your first question, contestants. Adair, Blair, and Claire each took an algebra test. The average of Adair's and Blair's score was 78. The average of Blair's and Claire's score was 86. Given that Blair's score was 76, what was the average of Adair's and Claire's scores? Bambiland Montessori.
Adair's average was 81 and Claire's average was 74.
Could you say that again?
81 and 74.
Unfortunately, that is wrong. A bonus to Abor EP JHS.
75 and 95.
Sorry, that answer is also wrong. The correct answer for the question is 88. 88. The average of Adair's and Claire's score is 88. Next question in mathematics. 15 students ordered lunch. All of the students ordered either a hot dog combo for $3.95 or a hamburger combo for $4.95. Additionally, 7 students had water with their lunch at no cost, while the rest ordered sodas at a cost of $1.05 per soda. The total cost of lunch for the 15 students was $76.65. Question is, how many students ordered a hot dog combo? Bambiland Montessori.
7 students.
Unfortunately, you're wrong. Abor EP.
8 students.
And you're wrong too, unfortunately. The correct answer, ladies and gentlemen, is 6. 6 students ordered the hot dog combo. Clap, please, put your hands together, please. Contestants, thank you. Thank you so much for your time. Let's call on the representatives for the science segment of the competition. We've been joined by Maxwell from Abor EP JHS and Oswald from Bambiland Montessori to represent their schools for the science segment of the competition. I'm sure they are the future Albert Einsteins. Am I wrong? Please put your hands together for the contestants who have joined us on stage. Contestants in the science segment, please listen carefully to the questions and buzz to indicate your preparedness to answer the question. Question 1. Which of the following correctly shows the energy conversion when an archer pulls a string of a bow from equilibrium and releases the arrow on a target? A. Elastic potential energy to kinetic energy to chemical potential energy to kinetic energy to sound energy. B. Chemical potential energy to elastic potential energy to kinetic energy to sound energy. C. Chemical potential energy to kinetic energy, then elastic potential energy, then to kinetic energy, then a sound energy. Then D. Kinetic energy to elastic potential energy, then kinetic energy to sound energy and chemical potential energy. Abor EP.
A.
A, unfortunately, is wrong. Bambiland, the bonus. The correct answer is?
B.
Unfortunately, you're wrong too. The correct answer to the question, ladies and gentlemen, is C. Chemical potential energy to kinetic energy to elastic potential energy to kinetic energy and sound energy. I'm sure your science teachers will explain more. Your next question, contestants. What is an important criterion for cross-pollination between two flowers to be successful? A. The flowers must be from the same plant. B. The flowers must be from plants of the same species. C. The flowers must be of the same size. D. The flowers must be from two different plants from two different species. Abor EP.
D.
Say again?
D.
D. Did you say D?
Yes.
Unfortunately, you're wrong. Bambiland. Bambiland, did you buzz? No, you did not. The correct answer, ladies and gentlemen, is B. The flowers must be from plants of the same species. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Contestants, thank you. You may please go backstage as we invite their representatives for general knowledge for the two competing schools. Welcome to the general knowledge segment of the last round of the Sharks Quiz Competition Season 5. We've been joined by contestants from the competing schools. We have Kelvin Gosu from Abor EP JHS and Bambiland Montessori represented by Piero. Let's quickly go to the questions for general knowledge and contestants. First question for the two schools. Identify this politician, the current minister for fisheries. For Bambiland, the correct answer is? Mavis Hawakumsi, ladies and gentlemen, is correct. The next question. Watch this clip and identify the sport, now a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Frank Mir in the first round, shocking the world and honoring his dying father. Number 3, Holly Holm knocks out widely favored Ronda Rousey in front of the largest crowd in UFC history. Number 2, Nate Diaz accepts a main event fight with 10 days notice and shuts down the notorious Conor McGregor.
Bambiland.
Number 1, Matt Serra
Wrestling.
knocks out champion George St.
Wrestling, unfortunately, is not the right answer. To Abor EP.
The fighting spirit that never backs.
Romaris.
Say again. Sorry, that answer is wrong, and so was wrestling. The video you saw, the clip you saw, was UFC Sports. UFC Sports. Contestants, that does it for the end of round 4. Let's invite your other colleagues to join you on stage. Let's invite your other colleagues to join you on stage. And ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the first episode of the Sharks Quiz Season 5. Put your hands together for the contestant. It has not been easy at all for them. For Bambiland Montessori School and for Abor EP JHS. We'll get the final scores at the end of the contest shortly, but let's go to our contestants. They had expectations before the competition began. Let's find out briefly whether the expectations were met or they were dashed. We'll start with Bambiland Montessori, how has it been? How has the journey been on the first episode?
It was fun.
It was fun. It was fun. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for them. They saw this as fun. That's right. You should see the fun in everything you do to motivate you to do more. For Abor EP JHS, how has the journey been? You had expectations.
Sir, please, it was tough, but this is what God gave us.
It was tough, but he says this is what God gave them. And I'm sure during your next appearances, you'll be tougher than the questions. You prepare well. So, of course, you can beat every other competing school in the competition. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Abor EP JHS. Abor EP, please do it better for them. Do it better for them. At the end of round 4 of the competition, Abor EP JHS got 10 points. Bambiland Montessori also got 10 points. A round of applause for the contestants. And here is the final result. At the end of the competition, Abor EP JHS, ladies and gentlemen, got 35 points. Bambiland Montessori, ladies and gentlemen, led the competition with 115 points. That's it for the end of the competition. As we found out the scores, Bambiland Montessori will be moving forward to the next stage of the competition. A round of applause to Bambiland Montessori School. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll allow the contestants to have a 30-second form of socialization right here. Just come, greet your friends from the competition just right here as a sign of goodwill and good sportsmanship. Let's do that here. Just give a fist bump. Just give a fist bump. Contestants, thank you. You may take your seats. You may take your seat from behind. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end.